Welcome to our Super Thursday BDM webinar. Tonight we're going to explore what could well be the most lucrative opportunity you've ever seen. But before we begin, let's take a moment for introductions. Shout out to Michael Johnson, Christina Collins, David Farrell, David Richards, Don Chadwick, iPad, Janice, Jennifer Nadler, Jim TH, Mel Noel, Michael Johnson again, Reed, Roosevelt Barnes, Sally Puckett, Shirley York, Tom Leonard, Victor, welcome. It's great to see all of you here, and I hope you invited a friend because the opportunity we're talking about tonight is called the BDM Flare Multiplier, and it's tied to a breakthrough that could reshape the future of blockchain and global finance. Let's start with a simple illustration. Imagine a world where people with different languages and cultures couldn't communicate with each other. How hard would it be for nations to trade, negotiate, or even coexist with each other? Well, that's the same problem we face in the blockchain world right now. Each blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and hundreds more, has its own language. Each is powerful in its own right, but they can't easily communicate with each other, and that makes the entire system fragmented, inefficient, and limited. Now imagine a universal translator, a system that allows, that allows all blockchains to speak to each other, to transfer value and data freely across networks. Just like how the internet connected the world's computers, that's exactly what Flare does. And now imagine owning the only token that makes that possible. Some experts are calling it a next Bitcoin level opportunity. Well, let's roll a video and see how this works.
My name is John Austin, and today I'm coming at you with something the world has never seen before. A first-of-its-kind compensation plan, created by yours truly, designed to multiply money faster than the goose that laid the golden eggs. Sounds crazy, right? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you could be the turning point of your financial story. Back in 2010, a friend of mine told me to buy Bitcoin. It was selling for just 5 cents. If I had invested $500 back then, it would be worth over $1 billion today. Like many people, I missed it, and maybe you did too. But sometimes, history gives us a second chance. Right now, there's a crypto token called Flare, FLR, selling between 1 and 3 cents, and experts predict it could reach tens of thousands of dollars, even faster than Bitcoin did. I've created a plan that helps ordinary people accumulate up to 1 million Flare tokens, with very little out of pocket. If Flare reaches just $1, not thousands, you're now a millionaire. This isn't hype, and it's not a Ponzi scheme. I've done it before, and this time, it's even better, because I designed the perfect compensation plan, one that pays up to 20 times more than most other plans. The Austin compensation plan is like your own cash printing machine. The reason it works is due to our dual engine system that splits the commission between two people. You earn 40% on each person you enroll, and 40% on each person they enroll, and it doesn't stop there. You get paid to infinity width and infinity depth. Sounds impossible, right? Don't worry. It's mathematically sound. We thoroughly tested it before launching and the results were unbelievable. Together, these two plans create a ripple effect of speed, growth, and duplication the industry has never seen before. We made it simple and affordable with 4 easy entry points. $25, $50, $75, and $100. Low cost, simple system, real results, no auto ships, no monthly fees, just a straight path to profits. This plan helps you accumulate thousands or even millions of Flare tokens, which can be converted to cash whenever you need to pay some bills, and the remainder can be held for long-term profits because Flare is predicted to one day be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars each. We made it fair for everyone. If you do nothing, you obviously earn nothing, but refer just one good person, and you can earn thousands of tokens every month. With only 4 referrals, you can rise to the top level of the plan and earn millions. With 62 people on your team, you earn more than 99,000 Flare tokens. Use 4,000 of those to scale up. Now you've got 297,000 tokens. Upgrade again. And that jumps to 793,000 tokens. Scale once more. And now you've got 1.7 million tokens. With just 10 levels of duplication, your team could generate over 59 million tokens, and it doesn't stop there. Some teams will grow 100 levels deep or more. Refer 10 people personally, that's over 147 million tokens. Even if you start small, 1 million tokens is absolutely within reach. At just $1 per token, that's a millionaire position. At $1,000, that's a $1 billion outcome. Only about 4% of the world owns any crypto right now. That small group has created enough billionaires to fill a football stadium. If that number climbs to just 10% in the next 2 years, anyone positioned early could see life-changing wealth. Why Flare is different? Let's break it down. Where Flare is now. Price, 1 to 3 cents. Still early. Market cap, small but growing. Meaning, you're early, before the world catches on. 5 reasons. Flare could explode. 1. Solves a massive problem, connects all blockchains. No bridges needed. 2. Real-world use case. Lightning fast, under 1 cent per transaction. Built for everyday payments. 3. First mover advantage, creates data blockchain technology, a new category. 4. Institutional partnerships, major players already building on it. 5. Supply and demand, limited supply plus growing adoption equals rising price. Economics 101. When demand grows and supply doesn't, prices skyrocket. Let's dream big, but stay grounded. If you invest $1,000 at 2 cents, you get 50,000 FLR. At $1, that's $50,000. At $5, you're talking $250,000. $10 skyrockets to $500 million. Bitcoin went from pennies to over $120,000. Ethereum went from $1 to over $4,000. World-changing technology creates world-changing wealth, and Flare could be next in line. Flare is still in early adoption, has proven resilience through market cycles, and is perfectly positioned for the next crypto bull run. Bitcoin disrupted money. Ethereum disrupted contracts. Flare is disrupting data and interoperability. When every blockchain must connect with each other, Flare is the bridge that powers it all. Ready to secure your position? Here's how. 1. Complete the registration form using a valid email address. 2. Check your inbox for a verification email. Check spam if needed. 3. Log into your dashboard, click Make a Purchase, and select Flare Multiplier. You can start for about $50 and scale up anytime. Pay by Flare, e-wallet, or credit card. When paying by card, you get a bonus vacation package worth $1,000 or more, plus entry into your chosen multiplier. So here's your choice. Keep doing what you've been doing, or take one small step today that could change everything. Turn grocery money into freedom money. Turn a $50 decision into a lifetime of opportunity. This is John Austin. Thank you for watching, and let's build your future together.
So if you're here for the first time, you're probably wondering how to get started. Number one, you're going to receive probably a website similar to this from your sponsor, and they're going to have their username attached to that. All you do is click here to get started. This happens to be a demo account, but you would fill out the information. I'm not a robot. Sign up. And then you want to check your email, because you do need to verify your email address. Check and see if it's in spam. If it doesn't show up in your inbox, and mark it as not spam. After you're registered, you can sign in. And you'll get a dashboard that looks like this. Okay, mail will get to you in a minute. Okay, what happened to our dashboard? Okay. All right, so first thing you're going to do is go in here and make a purchase. Here's your Flare multiplier. Now, for those that have already gotten started, we've made some changes, as you've seen on the video. Rather than choosing Flare amounts, we're starting with dollar amounts, and this will actually be expanded. But you can go 25, 50, 75, 100. And what this will do is automatically convert to Flare. And then the person, the two people who receive the Flare will receive 40% of the amount of Flare that was purchased with these dollar amounts, if that makes sense. Now, one thing that you want to be aware of is that you do need to be actively joined in one of these in order to receive payment if someone in your downline joins, okay? So if you were to join at the 50, for example, and somebody joined at 25, you would not receive the payment on that particular, that person joining. Now, once you upgrade to the 25, yes, then you would. Same goes if you started at 25 and somebody you referred joined at 50 or 75, you would miss that one-time payment. As you upgraded, then you would qualify for future payments at that level. Okay, we also have the dual stream. And this is basically a crowdfunding where people can get started for as little as $10. The compensation plan works exactly the same way. Most people that are join the Flare Multiplier and the dual stream. We're upgrading the video, and that's one reason I didn't play the video. As you notice, we did upgrade the Flare video. It has some minor changes to it. But then we have all of these different things here on your dashboard. You've got my websites. These are the links that you can send out to refer other people. So you're going to want to watch these videos, see which ones that you want to share. Definitely encourage you to join our Telegram groups to stay updated. If you're wanting a hard wallet, a cold wallet for your crypto, which everybody's going to want one of these as you start accumulating crypto for long-term storage. This is a safe way to keep your crypto offline so that nobody can hack in and steal your cryptocurrency. All right. We got your income calculators here, the dual stream. Let's just look at the dual stream very quickly, just to give you an idea of how powerful this is. Now, these calculators, we've made them so you can actually create a plan. For those of you who got here early and listened to Jim Rohn, a plan is what's going to make you successful. A plan is going to cause you to go out and do what you need to do on a daily basis. Instead of being governed by your emotions. You wake up, you don't feel like it, you want to sleep in, etc., etc. But if you have a plan, you've made commitments, then you're going to drive through and do those things and ultimately become successful. So starting out with $10, and I just like to round some numbers off here because, what I like to see people earning is about $500 a month. $500 really, I think, is it's kind of a transition point for a lot of people. $500 can make a tremendous amount of difference in your, day-to-day lifestyle. It could make a car payment. It could help make your house payment. It could put more groceries on the table. So $496 a month is a significant number that can easily be achieved by you referring 4 people and having a team average of 4 going through 5 levels. That would be 62 people. Only 62 people in your team would take you to a $496 monthly income. Now this on the Flare Multiplier, that's a one-time purchase. On the dual stream, this is a monthly commitment. All right. So if you're going to join the dual stream, just understand that you're agreeing to pay $10 a month in order to be part of this. You probably, once you're earning $496 or even before then, you would take from your profits, join the $20 plan, and with the same 62 people following you, that would put you to almost $1,500 monthly income. Really, $10,000 a month is kind of that's where the life-changing income really comes into play. $10,000, an extra $10,000 a month really can set you up to do almost anything that you want to do. Pay for some really nice vacations, buy a really nice car, put you probably in a better neighborhood. So here again, with just 62 people following you through these 4 levels, put you nearly at a $10,000 income, monthly income. So just play with this. You don't have to stop at 4. You could certainly refer 10 people at $10 and work with them. Team average, you get infinite levels of pay. So this could go 100 levels deep, and I don't want to really, get too crazy here with the numbers, but $1 million incomes here are available with both the dual stream plan and with the Flare multiplier. And of course, if you're doing both of them, you're just increasing your basically your income streams, your ability to earn more money. Okay, let's take a moment. If anybody would like to ask a question, let's take some questions and answers. If there's anything you're not clear on, anything you have a question about, we'd love to hear from you. Or if you just like to share a comment about our system here, we'd love to hear that too. Sally Puckett, go ahead and unmute.
Okay, I came into the Flare at the $50 level, and are we kind of grandfathered in on for the people that came in at 25, or do I have to go back and purchase the $25 to get commissions on those people, on those future referrals?
What you'll need to do, and I think these have already been moved over, is you will want to log in, go ahead and click make a purchase, and then go to Flare multiplier, and you will see where you're at here. Now with the price of Flare, the $50 plan, or so the other one was in calculated in Flare. It wasn't actually calculated in dollars. But where we said that at a certain price, that 2,000 Flare would be almost $50. It was actually way under 50. So I'm not sure how this is going to show up when you log in, Sally. But if there's any question, certainly we can take care of you. All right.
Okay, thank you.
That won't be a problem.
Okay, thank you.
You're certainly welcome. Thank you. So the reason we went to the dollar amounts here is because when people don't understand something, and most people's minds today are really not that mathematical. I'm sorry, but our schools have done a poor job of teaching math the past several decades. So everybody understands dollars, 25, 50, 75, 100. And so what we're doing is actually we'll be making the computation of how many Flare tokens the 25 or 50 or 75 will purchase. And then whatever that amount is, let's say it's 1,000 Flare, then we would take 40% of that, which would be 400. And that would go to one person. 400 would go to another person, and that's the way it will be divided. And of course, now those amounts are going to fluctuate with the price of Flare, but that's okay, because whatever the price is at the day that you sponsored somebody, referred somebody, that's the amount of Flare you're going to get, and it's basically going to average out pretty much the same. It's just that putting it in the dollar value is going to make more people make a purchase. because they really, we had before 2,000, 4,000 flare, etc. And when a person's mind does not compute the math, frequently they just, they get stalled. They don't do anything. With this, you're going to come in, you're going to see the 25, 50, wherever you want to join. That's going to make it easy. And also what's going to happen here, actually, okay, we've got some, and when we make changes, it takes a little time to get everything done, but we're going to look at the credit card payment. So you'll actually get a vacation, a plus your flare multiplier, and all of that for $52. There's a $2.50 processing fee. Put in your credit card information, click pay, and then that would take you back here. How come this keeps fumbling? That would take you back here, and you'll see that this will change color, showing that your purchase has been made. Okay, Jim, go ahead, unmute. Probably on your device, Jim. You might be muted on your device. Let me click here, see if that will help you. There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm going to bounce back on Sally's question. I believe she said if she came in at the $50 level, and she invited somebody else that came in at the $25 level, would she get a commission on that or not?
No, she wouldn't.
Okay. I wasn't sure I did.
Yeah, that will be yeah, that commission will be missed.
Okay.
Now, and the reason we did that, Jim, before we held that commission, and so there was really no incentive for people to climb the ladder. They might come in at the bottom of the level and never upgrade, because they would understand that if they recruited somebody or sponsored somebody that went to the next level, that commission is gonna be on hold for them toward purchasing that level themselves. And when there's no motivation, there's no fear of loss, then people, they tend to do little or nothing. And so this now gives you an incentive to stay ahead of the people that you bring in, so that you're going to get that, you're not going to miss a commission. Of course, if you miss one commission, it's not going to change your life, but if you don't have to miss that commission, why miss it? And so if you're just staying ahead, and these are very nominal amounts of money for people to upgrade to, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Okay, my next question. Is there still a video on the pay it forward process for the dual system?
Let's see.
There used to be, but I couldn't find it.
Well, let's see. Let's see. I don't see it here, Jim. Let me make a note on that, see what I can find out.
Okay, and then my last question. I purchased the dual stream, and it does not, if I still click on to make another purchase, it shows I can purchase it again, but it does show up in my wallet.
Okay. Okay, so it's showing in the dual stream
that I could make another purchase.
That you can make another purchase.
At that same value. But it says at the top that you can only purchase each value one time.
Okay. I will check on those two things.
Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, Francis Query.
Hi, I'm not clear on the question that Sally and Jim spoke about in Flair.
Okay.
So, my thought was if you came in at the higher amount, then you would benefit by those who came in at the lower amount. But it's not
We
that way.
we used to do it that way. We used to do it that way, but what happened is it just caused a lot of inactivity, Francis. And so yeah, we have changed that recently. When
Okay,
we actually we changed that when we started the Flare multiplier. That's when it actually changed.
okay. Then does it benefit a person to come in at a higher level? I mean,
Well,
like come in at
yeah,
70.
yeah, the benefit is that if you sponsor somebody that comes in at that level, at a higher level, then you're going to
Yes.
be ahead of them, and you're going to be there to immediately start receiving those commissions.
Oh, then still I'm still confused. So if you come in at $25, you'll receive benefit if a person comes in at 50 or 75?
No, no, just only at the levels that you're qualified for. So if let's say you only have $25, and that's where you come in at, just
Yes,
hypothetical.
yes,
And and so you stay in communication with the people that that you're referring, and you should do that anyway.
yes,
You should be in constant communication with them on a daily basis, if nothing more, just to ask them, hold them accountable,
yes.
ask them how many people that they've invited today, because
Uh-huh,
that's what makes this whole thing work is invitations. That's the work you have to do is just invite.
uh-huh.
And if you're working at a job, you've got a boss, an employer, then you've got some kind of a manager or somebody coming around and checking on your work, holding you accountable.
Yes,
That doesn't happen when you're working for yourself. When you're self-employed, you have to be self-motivated, or you have to agree with the people that you're working with to hold each other accountable. And
yes.
so, um, what I was taught as I was coming up through the ranks in network marketing, I failed forward for a long time. Finally, met an individual who took me under his wing, and he showed me the ropes of the business, how simple it really is. See, we make things far too complicated most of the time. And so the simplicity is this. He taught me to draw a circle with my name in that circle, and then draw a bigger circle around that, divided into 5 parts. And then my job was to invite people until I had a name in each of the 5 segments of that second circle. And then you draw a bigger circle and you divide that into 25 parts, 5 for each of those people. And so as you refer your first person, then you're going to hopefully find out what that person's reason for joining. If you can find out their why, what they need to accomplish, what they want to accomplish, and might be putting a new roof on their house, and you call them up every day and ask them how many people did you invite today, either to a webinar, to watch a video. How many people did you invite today? Well, maybe they didn't feel like it and they didn't invite anybody. So you
Mhm.
simply, you remind them, you agreed to let me call you every day and remind you, you know, hold you
Mhm.
accountable. And, you know, if you're not inviting people, that's not going to put the new roof on your house.
Mhm.
And, you know, after a few days of not inviting somebody and they know you're going to be calling, you know, that's going to trigger that little mechanism in the brain that says, I've got to do something. So
Mhm.
they start inviting. And then as they get their first contacts, their first referrals, then you're going to ask them, remind them to call their people and hold them accountable. So that's the simplicity of your entire job, is to invite, call those you refer, to remind them to invite, and once they start referring others, to call their people and remind them to invite. That is a fail-safe system. It's you know, it will always be successful. Now, as we listen to Jim Rohn, he says, you know, there's going to be days when you don't feel like doing that. But if you've written down your plan and you've written down, you set yourself a goal, how many people are you going to invite on a daily basis? And whatever it is, whether it's 1, whether it's 3, whether it's 5, whether it's 10, then you work at that goal every single day. Naturally, if you invite 1 every day, if you do that without fail, never lay your head on the pillow without inviting at least 1 person a day, you will ultimately be successful. That will ultimately make you a millionaire in this industry. But if you want to get there faster, just invite 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And if you do that on a daily basis, you can't help but be successful. So, you know, it's really a simple system. And when you think about this flare multiplier, we talked about how flare is creating a new category. It's creating a system whereby all of the blockchains can communicate. Now, once a blockchain is created, it's locked in. They can't add new features to that. Never. Bitcoin can never add smart contracts. Okay? But now Bitcoin can do smart contracts on the Flare network. How great is that? And, you know, look how important smart contracts are today. So Flare is giving a lot of options and opportunities to the other blockchains to be able to communicate with each other, to transfer money between each other, all of these different things that are, it's like a human translator, you know, being able to translate, you know, English to Spanish to Chinese to Japanese, whatever, so that people from different nations, different cultures can do business together. And so if you can imagine how important this feature is to the future world of the, you know, blockchain technology, to cryptocurrency, and here you have the opportunity to buy this coin right now for a matter of pennies, and it's predicted to one day go to tens of thousands of dollars. I've heard the quote of 40,000. Now that's never a guarantee, is it? But what if it only went to 1,000? What if you had 1,000,000 coins and it went to 1,000? That's 1,000 million coin. That's 1,000 million. That's $1 billion. You're now a billionaire. And so, you know, like you saw on the video, very, very doable to accumulate 1,000,000 Flare tokens at this juncture, just by joining these plans here, sharing with other people, and it just happens automatically, and you don't even have to think about it because the math is all taken care of. It's all built into our software. You're looking at basically $1 million website here, folks. I've seen websites.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question because I'm still not quite clear.
Okay.
What is the advantage of coming in at $100?
Well,
over
because
25.
well, if we go over here to the calculator, for example. Okay, so this, let's see, $100 right now is.
I guess I'm thinking if you come in at $100 and then you recruit people who come in at 25, 50, and 75. My question is, how does that benefit you if you came in at 100?
Okay, let's see here. Let's look at it in dollars. Okay.
Yes.
So if we had, I want to make this very nominal here. Okay, so at $10,
Yes.
just as so, uh, if you can understand what I'm trying to convey here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we do the same thing at $100, you see how much more you earn. Or if we go to see $50, from $50, $2,480 to 100 is 4,960. But if you're doing the 50 and the 100, and naturally, this is all based upon people following you. And here we're looking at 62 people. We're only looking at 62 people that are following you through these four levels: 10, 20, 50, and 100. Now, I think what I need to do is actually make a Flare calculator in dollars, and I can do that. That might make it simpler to understand. But
Well, I guess my question is, in other marketing companies, it seems as though you would get some benefit from anybody that you brought in. But I'm understanding now, if you come in at 100, you don't benefit from the 25, 50, or 75. Is that correct?
right, you have to have joined each one of these in order to receive a commission. So if
I
you
see.
were, let's say
Mhm.
you had joined the 25, the 50, and the 75, and
Yeah,
then you had somebody that came in and joined the 25, 50, 75, and 100. You would get paid on each of their three purchases, but you would miss the payment on the last one because you hadn't upgraded to that level yet. But
I see.
you would get the commission on each of these that they did the 25, they did the 50, the 75. You would get all three of those because you were already uh, you've already paid at those levels. Then you miss this commission here. That doesn't mean you can't upgrade. You can upgrade here, but you will never get that commission back that you lost. It's just from then on you will start picking up any commissions at this level that may come from the people that they refer. Because when they refer people at that level, all of the people they refer at that level, you're going to get 40%.
I see. So you come in at 100, and everyone you invite would come in at 100, then you would get commissions on that.
Yeah. Now,
I see.
if everybody decided to skip these three levels and just come in straight in at 100,
Yes.
that would be okay too. If if you just commit your people, say, our team is all doing 100. This is what we're doing, and you could do that.
I I see. Okay, now that's clear. I understand.
You
I
understand
understand.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you wanted to come in at 100, and then there were other people who wanted to come in, if you bought 25, 50, 75, and 100, then you would have covered all of that. So it wouldn't matter at what level you're.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Then there's no worries. You can sleep at night knowing that you're covered on all four of them.
Can you do that all at one time?
Yes, you can. Uh-huh. You certainly
Okay.
can.
Okay. That answers my question. Thank you.
Okay. And if you can do that, that's a great way to start because people are going to ask you, Francis, where did you start?
That's true.
They're going
Yes.
to, don't, from being in the business, they're going to ask you that question.
Yes.
Not everybody, but most will. They're going to say, well, Francis, where did you start? Because I'd like to start where you did.
Okay. So you would get 40% if you came in at all those levels, whatever anybody did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then if they all came in at the 4 levels, you'd get 40% of all of those levels.
I see. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty. Any other questions? Okay, well, let's go ahead and, did David Richards. Go ahead, David. Check your device, see if you're muted. You're unmuted on Zoom. You must be muted on your computer or phone.
I'm sorry, can you hear me now, John?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, it's this headset. I thought it would work, but it didn't, so I had to switch back to the computer microphone. I wanted to ask about the withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember a couple, 2, 3 weeks ago, I had wanted I had wanted to withdraw some Flare, and I had trouble with my Wise account. I gave you the my email address, but you said that it wouldn't take.
Yeah, well,
So we
got your payment done through Wise. That was all taken care of.
Right. What I want to know is that, would you be able to continue doing it with Wise? I mean, with Zelle, in case the same thing keeps happening.
Well, no, we have your Wise count is approved, so no issue
Okay.
with Wise.
Oh, I didn't know it was taken care of. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why I asked. Also, I just want to ask, kind of piggyback off what the last young lady was trying to get clear on. Because I don't remember when we first started. Uh, I think when the other guy was doing the presenting, uh, he said that if you join at a higher level, uh, that if someone joins at a lower level, then the system would just automatically join you into that level. If when you get commissions on your level, you'll automatically join a lower level. Does that still hold true or no?
No, it doesn't. And the reason we changed that is very, very simple. Okay, when we started out, uh, we didn't start out that way. Okay, people had to qualify for each level, and it took off rather quickly. Then we implemented that to basically freebie, where don't do anything and still get paid, and it just things came to a halt, unfortunately. And it's simply this, the human nature is they won't do any more than they have to do. Very few people,
Right.
it's the 3% of the people that go out and do whatever needs to be done. And the rest of the population, pretty much, they do only what's required of them. So if it's not required of them to qualify for a position in order to get paid, then they're not going to qualify. And so that just, it makes it bad for everybody.
No, I understand.
It causes people to be lazy, and then, why go to the trouble to go out and refer new people if they're not going to, work?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Okay, thanks.
fortunately, we have changed that. And, people are starting to realize, there's been a few missed commissions, and pretty soon people are upgrading. Okay, we have, go ahead, iPhone, you can unmute. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, Dr. K.
Yes, this is the most amazing crypto company I have seen in 40 years since I bought Bitcoin at 14 cents with Flare at 1 cent, and now it's 1.7. And guys, watch for Flare. It's going to grow bigger than Bitcoin. I have been around the city of Orlando today, and I told so many people to send them a video. I don't push them, shame not to share. I just give them the idea, the video, let them decide, but massive action equal massive result. So just keep doing what you're supposed to do. Recruit, recruit, recruit. That's all our job. The rest, leave it to the opportunity and just put them in front of John, and you got a home run. John, thank you. I cannot wait to talk to you. If you have time tonight to call me back,
Okay,
that would be great.
okay.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Dr. K.
Good job.
Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap it up. Why now is the time? Let's bring this full circle. We're standing at a moment in history that only comes around once or twice in a lifetime. Bitcoin had its moment. It took a long time for Bitcoin to really catch on and become a worldwide movement. Ethereum had its moment. And now Flare is having its moment. Right now, it's undervalued, under the radar, understood by only a few, but those few who act today, who have the vision to see where it's going, will be the ones who everyone calls lucky a few years from now. So here's why you shouldn't wait. Flare is solving one of the blockchain's biggest problems, interoperability. That means it's not just another coin, it's the key that unlocks communication between all blockchains. It's early. You can join our Flare Multiplier for what some people spend on dinner. You share with a few other people, turning a small decision into greatness. Keep it safe in your own cold wallet, outside the reach of banks, governments, or shady platforms. Flare has real utility. It's not hype, it's infrastructure for the next generation of the internet. And through our BDM Flare Multiplier, you don't just hold tokens and hope you multiply your position, creating streams of income while helping others discover the same opportunity. When you combine faith, timing, and action, that's when miracles happen. And this is that kind of moment. You may have been one of those who watched while 4% of the world population bought cryptocurrency. Where will you be in the next couple of years when that number more than doubles? And, if you could just get the vision of where cryptocurrency is going. Cryptocurrency has created more billionaires in just a few years than all of the previous history. Okay, from the beginning of the world till now, cryptocurrency has created more billionaires than all of the other industries. More billionaires than will fit in a football stadium. And if that happened with only 4% of the world population owning cryptocurrency, imagine what will happen when 10% has cryptocurrency. And then do you think it stops? No. Because once 10% of the population has cryptocurrency, it just mushrooms from there. Everybody else starts thinking, I'm getting left behind. Because they see money flowing, they see a lot of people getting rich, and so they want to jump on the movement. They want to be part of that success. So don't just watch the next financial revolution. Own a piece of it. Buy some Flare while it's still affordable. Join our Flare Multiplier. Expand your reach and turn a small seed into a harvest so large it could bless your family for generations to come. You know, I didn't take advantage of an opportunity. I had to buy Bitcoin for a nickel, $500. And that was without a multiplier, but $500 would have made me a billionaire today. Because 10 years from now, when people look back and say, you know, I wish I had gotten in early, you'll be the one smiling, knowing that you did. With that said, the ball's now in your court. What are you going to do with it? Will you join us? In doing so, give others the same opportunity someone gave you. Because when you know you're holding something of extraordinary value, you don't get discouraged if someone says no. You simply move forward with confidence, knowing the right people will recognize it. And here's the beautiful part. When your own ship comes in, you won't feel burdened or obligated to those who doubted you. You'll know you gave them the chance. You offered them a seat on the boat. You know, every invitation you make, every person you share this with is another stroke of freedom on your journey to financial independence. You're not just spreading information. You're sowing seeds of abundance, not only for yourself, but for whoever you share it with. And the harvest from those seeds could be worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of Flare tokens. So take the next step, buy some Flare, join the Flare Multiplier, and start multiplying your freedom today. This is your moment. It's your time to act, your chance to create a story others will tell for years to come. Folks, this could literally change the future of your entire family. With that, let's go ahead and say good night. God bless. We'll see you on Sunday for those who want to join us for our transformational sharing. And then again, we'll be back again on Tuesday.
Good night.
Good night.